just above the relegation zone, separated only by goal difference. The loss marked Enyimba's 13th of the season, underlining what has been a disappointing and a difficult one for the two-time African champions. Despite the mounting pressure, coach Dush remains optimistic about his team's survival chances. Says, and I quote, the plan is for Enyimba to maintain their place in the NPFL. I'm very optimistic about it. End of quote. Enyimba will now turn their attention to a crucial Abia derby against their neighbors, that's Abia Warriors, on Sunday in the city of Aba. A fixture widely regarded as a must-win for Enyimba as they continue their fight to avoid relegation. For Kwara United, let's go to their camp in Ilorin. Well, they have intensified preparations for their MPFL match day 32 encounter against Nasarawa United in Lagos. The Harmony Boys held an intensive training session ahead of the game at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena. And of course, the session was supervised by technical advisor of the team, Sulaiman Ashifat. Of course, it's focused on tactical drills. Kwara United are battling to avoid a drop in the MPFL this season. The Ilorin club needs a win to boost their chances of escaping relegation. All right, let's take a look at matches to expect in the MPFL this week. It starts today at the Samuel Ogbomodia Stadium in Benin City, where Better Insurance will host Plateau United. Yes, don't forget, it is a match the 32 encounter of the Nigeria Premier Football League. But RFC will host Katsina United tomorrow at 4 p.m. Same time, Bayelsa United will entertain Kano Pillars in Yanagwa. El Kano Warriors will take on Remo Stars. Enyimba was slugged out with their neighbors, Abia Warriors. Ikorodu City within Lagos slugged out with Warri Wolves. While Kwara United will take on Nasarawa United. Niger also will entertain Wiki Tourist, while Rivers United will take on Kun Khalifat. Shooting Stars will tomorrow at 4 p.m. Lagos Lami Stadium entertain Rangers International. Well, let's take a look at what the table looks like after 31 round of games in the MPFL. Rangers are at the top of the park as we speak. Yes, they're coming to Ibadan tomorrow, and Shooting Stars will be hoping to hold them. Yes, no open grazing allowed, no antelope allowed in Ibadan. Rangers International, yes, they've played 31 round of games. They've won 15, they've drawn 9, they've suffered 7 defeats, and they've got 54 points. Rivers United are second. After 31 games as well, they've won 14, they've drawn 10, and they've suffered 7 defeats as well. They've got 52 points. Nasarawa United are third at the moment. After 31 round of games, they've won 14, they've drawn 8, they've suffered 9 defeats. They've got 50 points, followed by Ikorodu City in 4th position. They've won 13 matches, they've drawn 10, they've suffered 8 defeats. They've got 49 points at the moment. 5th position is Abia Warriors, who've won 14 matches, drawn 7, and suffered 10 defeats to have 49 points. 6th is Shooting Stars of Ibadan with 14 wins, 5 draws, and 12 defeats this season. 47 points is what they've got at the moment. Better Insurance occupy the 7th position. Katsina United are 8th on the table, 42 points. Same as Plateau United, 42. El Kano Warriors, 42. Let's take a look at the second half of the table. Bala FC occupied the 11th position with 41 points. Warri Wolves occupied the 12th position with 40 points. Niger also occupied the 13th position with 39 points. Same as Kano Pillars with 39 points. They were 14th on the table. 15th is Bayelsa United with 37 points. Enyimba 16th with 36 points. Yes, just a few goals better than the teams in the relegation zone. So they are not free at the moment. 17th on the table is Wiki Tourist with 36 points as well. Remo Stars, the defending champions, are 18th with 36 points as well. Kun Khalifat and Kwara United occupy the 19th and 20th position respectively with 33 points apiece. That's what the MPFL looks like at the moment. With just about 7 matches left this season, the battle line is drawn for those battling relegation and those seeking promotion, seeking the title actually. All right, let's take a look at what happened yesterday in Turkey when Nigeria defeated Iran 2-1 in an international friendly game played in entire Turkey yesterday. Eric Shell named a strong side for the game amid the absence of Victor Osimhen and Stanley Nwabali. But it paid off as Moses Simon opened the scoring as early as the 6th minute of the game. With a dribble and a sharp finish, the Super Eagles doubled their lead after the break thanks to Ako Adams after a fine work from Ademola Lookman. Mehdi Taremi pulled one back for Iran in the game. On Nigeria's next match is another friendly against Jordan on Tuesday. This match was part of a 4-nation invitational tournament which also includes Jordan and Kushta. Alright, talking about the game yesterday, Chibuike Unwaiwo can't hide his excitement after making his debut for the Super Eagles of Nigeria yesterday. The Trabzonspor defender made his debut for the Super Eagles in a 2-1 victory over Iran in Antalya, Turkey yesterday, Friday. Well, Unwaiwo replaced Igor Ogbu in the second half of that encounter. Well, the 22-year-old was called up as a later replacement for the injured Kevin Bassey. And the defender has said that it was a privilege to play for the 3-time African champions. Well, let's listen to the debutant speaking after making his debut for the Super Eagles of Nigeria yesterday.
Because all footballers in the world, their dream is to represent the country. I think it's a privilege for me to represent my country because all footballers in the world, their dream is to represent the country, and I'm very happy to be here to represent my country, and I'm very happy to make my first debut today. They're a very good side. I think every year they come to World Cup. I think we take our chances, and I think we make a great job. I believe God, and I believe hard work pay off, and right from the time I play MPFL, I always say I will wear the national team shirt. I want to represent my country, and when I get the text in my club, I was very, very happy and excited, and I'm very happy to be here to wear the shirt. I was very, very excited, and because of the excitement, I nearly missed my flight. I think, yeah. So I was very, very excited when I see the news, and then when my club posted, I think it was a great moment for me.
There you listen to the debutant himself talking about defender, 22-year-old defender Chibuike Unwaiwo speaking following his debut for the Super Eagles of Nigeria yesterday, talking about how excited he was to find out that he's been invited by the 3-time African champions, the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Well, let me quickly inform you that the Super Eagles are set to resume training today as preparation intensifies for their second international friendly game against Jordan on Tuesday. The team heads into the session following their 2-1 victory over Iran yesterday, their first outing since the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. But attention now shifts to the upcoming fixture against Jordan, with the coaching crew keen to build on the positives from yesterday's game. Training is expected to focus on tactical adjustments and further integration of players as the team continue its preparations. Well, despite missing out on qualification for the World Cup holding later this summer in the Americas. The technical bench has utilized the current FIFA international window to evaluate new invitees and strengthen squad cohesion ahead of future competition. Nigeria will take on Jordan on Tuesday, the 31st of March, and it's 8 p.m. kickoff time. A quick break on the show this morning. When I return, we talk a whole lot more about yesterday's game and take up more stories.
Christ Apostolic Church CAC ilẹ̀ agbára ìtúsílẹ̀ City of Peace off Idigba Road Ẹlẹ́bọ area Holy Trinity Estate Ọlọ́ndà Àbámbàdàn ló ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ìpàgọ́ ọdún àjíǹde 2026 pẹ̀lú àkòrí ohun èlò sí ọlá tí ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ kẹta oṣù kẹrin Good Friday yóò parí lọ́jọ́ kẹfà oṣù kẹrin ọjọ́ Easter Monday tí sọjọ́ àjíǹde bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ń bọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀kadà láti NO Ìdòwú Comprehensive High School máa lọ tààrà sí CAC tó wà ní Ẹlẹ́bọ lọ́jọ́ mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin oúnjẹ ọ̀fẹ́ wà ilé ọ̀fẹ́ wà pẹ̀lú ààbò tó péye fún pàgọ́ náà kò séèyàn tó wáyé tí ọ̀fẹ́ fọlá fadérera gbogbo tó ti dòkú nínú ayé rẹ yóò sì jíǹde lórúkọ Jésù ẹ jẹ́ ká mẹ́sẹ̀ tẹ́bẹ̀ gbogbo agbègbè bíi ọlọ́ndàbá ẹni òsà ọ̀gárùn ìjàmálí lóògùn ládòjò akíngbẹ̀yìn àgbára eléwúro ọ̀dàn olódó bank yàwúrì àkọ́bọ̀ ojúrin ẹ máa pàdé àwọn ẹni àmì Ọlọ́run bíi pásítọ̀ Ṣẹ́gun Olúyẹmí AGS pásítọ̀ Tọ́pẹ́ Ayọ̀adé evangelist Abiodun Abraham evangelist Fẹ́mi Akórèdé evangelist Solomon Akórèdé evangelist John Ọládàpọ̀ the Levites and the church mass choir bákan náà marriage seminar fún àwọn ọ̀dọ́ olùgbàlejò pásítọ̀ Samuel Ọládìpọ̀ district superintendent CAC City of Peace ìpàdé àjíǹde tọdún yìí ní CAC tó wà ní Ẹlẹ́bọ ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ débẹ̀ Jésù ni Olúwa.
Well, it's still spotted beat this beautiful Saturday morning. We're still talking about, still reflecting on yesterday's game. Nigeria Super Eagles yesterday delivered an impressive performance yesterday against Iran. Of course, with goals from Moses Simon and Cole Adams. And following the match, Iran head coach Amir Galeno acknowledged the value of the encounter, describing it as a crucial test for his side ahead of upcoming competitions. Says, and I quote, "This was a very useful preparation game. Yes, we were able to implement an alternative defensive approach against a strong and physical team like Nigeria." He went on to praise the quality of the Nigerian side, highlighting their international pedigree. Says, and I quote, "Nigeria is a very good team, and all 11 players compete in major European leagues, including Spain, Italy, England, France, Greece, and Turkey." The Iranian coach also emphasized the importance of experimentation during the fixture, taking advantage of expanded club substitution allowances to assess a broader pool of players. One Nigeria's next game is against Jordan later on Tuesday. Don't forget World Cup Intercontinental playoff qualifiers were played yesterday. Let's take this one quickly, where Jamaica secured a narrow 1-0 victory over New Caledonia to advance to a decisive Intercontinental playoff final against the DR Congo, keeping their 2026 FIFA World Cup hopes alive. The tightly contested semi-final saw Jamaica edge past their opponent in a disciplined performance, booking a place in the final qualifying round. They will now face DR Congo on Tuesday, the 31st of March in Mexico, with a coveted spot at the expanded global tournament at stake. For DR Congo, the upcoming fixture represents more than just qualification. The Leopards are aiming to claim what could become Africa's 10th berth at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, set to be hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Victory would also carry deep historical significance. DR Congo are seeking a return to football's biggest stage for the first time since 1974, ending a 52-year absence and marking a major milestone for the Central African nation. Should they overcome Jamaica, DR Congo would be drawn into a challenging Group K alongside Portugal, Colombia, and Uzbekistan, an assignment that would test their credentials against some of the world's strongest teams. With qualification, history, and national pride on the line, attention now turns to what promises to be a high-stakes encounter as both teams vie for a place at the FIFA World Cup holding later this year, in the summer to be precise. Talking about World Cup qualifiers, European teams moved closer to securing places at the next World Cup after a series of dramatic playoff semi-final clashes during the week. Bosnia and Herzegovina and Czechia progressed via penalty shootouts, while Denmark, Italy, Kosovo, Poland, Switzerland and Turkey also recorded victories to book places in the playoff finals. Meanwhile, I mentioned earlier, the Intercontinental Playoffs, DR Congo will face Jamaica, who defeated New Caledonia at the Estadio Akron in Mexico earlier on Friday. In Europe, Path A, Wales and Bosnia and Herzegovina played out a 1-1 draw, with Bosnia winning 4-2 on penalties. Italy defeated Northern Ireland by 2-0. All right, because of our time, let's leave the World Cup qualifiers and quickly inform you that Paulo Onuachu is a subject of interest from Bundesliga clubs as Bayer Leverkusen and VfL Wolfsburg, as well as Werder Bremen. Onuachu only joined the Turkish Super League outfit Trabzonspor from Southampton last summer. The 31-year-old Nigerian striker has so far scored 21 goals and registered 2 assists in 24 league appearances for the Turkish club. The forward also has attracted interest from Bundesliga clubs who are desperate to sign him this summer. There is also interest in Onuachu from Saudi Pro League side Al Ahly. Trabzonspor are, however, expected to reject offers for Paul Onuachu, who is currently firing from all cylinders for them. Alright, let's take this home before we check out other sport. A fresh controversy has emerged ahead of Senegal's planned trophy parade in France, with Moroccan lawyers issuing a legal warning over the display of a disputed trophy during the ceremony. According to reports, 2 formal notices have been sent to the Stade de France and event management company GL Event, both of which are supporting the match 28. That's today's event organized by the Senegalese Football Federation. The legal correspondent from the Moroccan side makes it clear that showcasing a trophy that they claim rightfully belongs to Morocco could expose the organizers to legal consequences under French laws. The lawyers argue that the public display of the silverware in question would constitute a violation of ownership rights, and have warned that legal proceedings could be initiated if the issue is not addressed before the event. They further stated that should the trophy still be presented during the parade, Moroccan authorities could seek immediate judicial intervention in France, potentially leading to the seizure of the trophy at the event. The development has cast uncertainty over the high-profile celebration, which is expected to draw significant attention, with organizers yet to publicly respond to the legal threat. We'll keep our fingers crossed and see how this one would end. Talking about the African Games and Nigeria, the National Sports Commission has confirmed Nigeria's bid to host the 2031 African Games as delegates from the African Union Sports Council AUSC prepare to arrive in the country for an official inspection tour. The high-level visit is billed to take place in Abuja from the 30th of this month to the 31st of this month, marking a critical milestone in Nigeria's quest to secure the hosting right for Africa's premier multi-sport event. The NSC noted that Nigeria's bid reflects a strategic vision to consolidate its status as the leading sporting nation on the continent of Africa. Wish Nigeria all the best. Hopefully we will come out victorious with our bid. Alright, talking athletics this morning, Miracle Ezechukwu has cemented her status as Nigeria's fastest young woman, defending her junior 100-meter title at the Champs Continental Relays in Jos with a blistering performance that sets a new national under-20 record on day 2 of the competition at the new Jos Stadium in Plateau State. The N Youth Sport athlete clocked 11.42 seconds in the final International, having earlier lit up the semi-finals with a personal best of 11.26 seconds. Congratulations to her, one to watch for the future. We wish her all the very best, really. Nigerian table tennis sensation Taiwo Mati has declared himself physically and mentally ready for the upcoming World Table Tennis Championships, expressing confidence that he will make a strong impression on his debut appearance at the tournament. A 20-year-old who is part of a Nigerian squad ranked second in Africa and 26th globally in the team event will be among the key figures as the country seeks to improve on its disappointing outing at the 2024 edition in South Korea. But according to him, and I quote, "I'm positive and looking forward to participating in the tournament and giving my best for the team. This is going to be a team event, not like the regular singles world championship, and it will be my first time playing at a world teams championship." Well, the 2026 International Table Tennis Federation World Team Table Tennis Championships will be held in London from the 28th of April to the 10th of May, marking the centenary of the inaugural tournament. I wish Matthew all the very best. Hoping that himself and his colleagues will do us really proud. Talking the USA this morning, former two-time UFC middleweight champion Oluyole Adesanya returns to the octagon today to headline UFC Fight Night 271 in Seattle against Joe Pyfer, with a 36-year-old describing the contest as the biggest fight of his life as he seeks to arrest a 3-fight losing streak. Adesanya, who once reigned over the middleweight division with a combination of precision, artistry, and fearlessness, enters the bout at the Climate Pledge Arena, ranked 4th in the division, and as a betting undergo for the first time in a professional career, carrying a record of 24 wins and 5 defeats. His 3 successive defeats came in the hands of Sean Strickland, Dricos Duplessis, and most recently Nassourdine Imavov, who stopped him in February 2025 in Saudi Arabia. We wish our own Israel Adesanya all the very best in that particular encounter. Well, in the world of Formula 1, we're in Japan this weekend, and Mercedes driver George Russell has said that he was surprised by the pace of McLaren as Oscar Piastri set the fastest time in yesterday's practice at the Japanese Grand Prix. On the other side of the show this beautiful morning, big thanks to the entire production crew. Bigger thanks to you and you for listening today. The show returns tomorrow, on Monday rather. Till then, do have a wonderful weekend and enjoy your football.
Kango lagogo ń dún kẹrẹjẹgbẹ lóhùn akèrègbè kan tóbi lásán ni o kò lóhùn agogo lẹ́nu. Ilé akéde Ọ̀yọ́ làgbà ó kẹnu ó sì tún lágbàlá ńlá tó rí kọmọ re sí. Tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ètò àṣà ohun èdè tó mọ́yán lórí gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà nílé akéde Ọ̀yọ́. Lọ́sẹ̀ yìí lórí Èyí Àrà, ta ni ọmọlúàbí níbèrè tá a tún jọ yiri wò tá a jọ gbọ̀n yẹ́bẹ́yẹ́bẹ́ ká lè fòkodoro lélẹ̀ láì ní tanra wa jẹ. Téńté orí ìròyìn ni ó tẹ̀lé. Tó bá wá di abala kejì níbi tá a ti ń gbàlejò ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Ayọ̀ Ahmed látẹ̀ka tí wọ́n ti ń kọ́ nípa ìtọ́ni ohun ìgbaninímọ̀ràn nílé ìwé gíga fásitì Ìbàdàn ló ń bọ̀ wá sórí ètò Èyí Àrà lọ́sẹ̀ yìí. Wọ́n ń bọ̀ wá bá wa tú palẹ̀ ìwà ọmọlúàbí àti ọ̀làjú. Ìwà wo ni tọmọlúàbí gan-an? Kí sì ni ọ̀làjú ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú rẹ̀? Àwọn kan ní àpàní ń jọmọlúàbí, ṣé lóòótọ́ ni? Báwo la ó ṣe dọmọlúàbí mọ̀ pẹ̀lú ayé ọ̀làjú tá a wà yìí? Àwọn ìbéèrè wọ̀nyí àbómi ìtẹ́ bá tún ní kẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ àlejò wa bó bá di Sunday lórí rédíò wa mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta náà ni o. Oluyole FM 98.5, Òkè Ògùn FM 96.3, Ajílété FM 92.1 àti lórí tẹlifíṣàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tó fi máa tẹ ayélujára wa gbogbo.